Good morning, everybody, and welcome to week 14 of the Trump administration. Please note that we are not under martial law. Almost like every single person with 1 ounce of military experience in their smallest ovary told you. And I'm going to remind you that famous authors raising a panic and then doing absolutely nothing about that panic was wrong, it was harmful, and it was helping the tyrant. An author named Jodi Picoult helped stoke the fear of martial law, which helped them get a bunch of whole other things done that they were trying to get done, by the way, and just allowed a bunch of liberal left ladies to panic and not have to actually do anything. And the millsplaining, OMG. And then did she cowardly try to say that she never said anything about it at all? Yes, she did. And then did a bunch of y'all rush over here to tell me that she's on the right side, so it's okay, so I shouldn't criticize her? Like super culty? Nah. We're not doing that. When you make a mistake, especially when you're a public person and you make a mistake, you apologize for that mistake. You don't have your followers go around telling people that you're on the right side, so they just need to let you go. Okay. I saw something saying that Felon 47 is losing 93% of things that go to court. So again, this unmitigated panic that he's just doing anything he wants. No, he's trying. And we said this from November 6th, remember? We said he wants to be a dictator. He wants to be a tyrant. He's going to pull out all the stops. He's going to try everything. He has literally nothing to lose. Nothing. The worst thing that's going to happen to him is he'll be impeached and removed. That's the worst thing that could possibly happen to him. So of course he's going to try. But America gets a vote. We, the people, get a vote. The courts get a vote. The rest of the world gets a vote with how they are going to respond to us. And it is not going well for the Trump administration right now, if anyone is paying attention. They're trying. He's like a little King Henry VIII stomping around. I want a war. And like, it's not working out. My Senator Van Hollen went and did a wellness check, which is something, at least, that somebody is doing. This was good on the American people for keeping Kilmar Abrego's name. Being said, and by the way, this isn't a debate about whether or not he committed a crime. If anyone can be snatched off the streets and sent to another country for any reason, then you can too. Yes, you, in your white body, in your rich home, it can happen to you too. They can come for all of us. That's why these things are important. Shady Vance apparently was stood up by the Pope. I believe Breeley met with the Pope, and then the Pope was just like so upset with that he decided he was done with life. Imagine scolding Shady Vance for being a bad Catholic is like the last thing that you do as the Pope. Pretty much love that for him. Of course, Felon 47 continues being a criminal and ignoring the Supreme Court. And we are all going to find out together how this happens, how a president who is ignoring the checks and balances gets his feet held to the fire or not. But again, I'm going to go back to the martial law ridiculousness and remind you that 340 million people cannot be forced to do anything. Not by laws, not by police, not by the military. Our size will be extremely helpful to us in the end, and we should not forget about that. The founding fathers who owned human beings did not give us we the people out of kindness. They gave us we the people because the land they planned on stealing and genociding for was going to be too large to control from sea to shining sea. And we need to remember that. We are not controllable. The president is a charismatic authority position. What does that mean? That means we give him authority over us. And when we do not want to comply, friends, there is not a thing they can do about it. I remind you, nobody's big enough to invade America, even America. I, as ever, do not know how to predict what is going to happen because nobody knows what a cult leader is going to do next. I do, however, do not think anything is mystical or hard to understand about what is going on right now if we understand cults and cult theory. And I am, as ever, Daniella, scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership, former Army captain in the U.S. Army, intelligence officer at that. I know some stuff. I wrote a book called Uncultured about growing up in the Children of God religious cult and then going into the cult of the U.S. Army. You can get signed copies attached here.